Hey there, welcome back to Geek and Son. So something interesting happened to me. I'm so close to being finished with all the welding, fixing the gaps on the trunk and the door. Look how straight that is, etc. Connecting the rocker panels from the new quarters to the old, etc. Again, look how straight that is. Beautiful. Well, I went to put these things on. What's this? It's a quarter panel extension. And the other side fit fine. And I had to buy new ones, of course, because these tabs are broken off. And this one's kind of, bent. And you can't weld these. It's pot metal. Anyway, when you put this one on, if it's flush on this side, then it sticks up over here. When it's flush down here, it sticks out way too far. Oops. And let's pretend this is all still welded together. Well, so my solution was I can't have this sticking up too high or it's not going to mate with the trunk surface. And I don't want to have to cut apart the whole quarter panel just to scoot it over. So what I did is I drilled out these spot welds that I made from probably years ago. And I made a little cut right here that I haven't fixed yet. And with a pry bar, I'm able to push that out enough. So see this edge at the top? That's got to be on the other side of this. And when I push it out with the pry bar, yes, it dents this a little bit, which I will be able to fix easy enough. But I push that out, and then I'll hold it in place and then weld it. And then when I do that, the new ones, where they are, I got some new ones online. Hold on. And so now, when I do the new ones, which I had to buy online because my other ones were, the tabs were broken off and the bottom part was broken off. But now, boom, look at that. Perfecto. And of course, once I push that out right there, that'll line up there too. But it was more like this. See how there's a gap up there, and that would just look sloppy. And something else I don't like about these things is they're just push nuts. I'm going to see if I can thread these and put actual nuts on them, because after all this and painting this car and all this work, and you imagine going over a bump and one of these falls off, how upset I would be. Or even if they just come a little loose when you're driving around. There's got to be a better solution. But anyway, these are not cheap. They're like $200 a pair online. So hopefully you have the original ones that aren't wrecked. Could I have fixed the old ones? Maybe with some filler or some polyester filler, and find a way to put new studs in. Probably could drill out the old studs, put in a bolt, and then put filler over the top. But no, I don't want to do that. So I believe my solution will be great, and I'll show you the finished project coming up zip now. Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Wife and I went to a car show today, and guess what we took? We took the Nova, not the General. The General doesn't go bye-bye on its own terms yet. I honestly thought about getting a hitch for my Nova and getting a trailer and trailering this to the car show. Wouldn't that have been kind of cool to see a car towing a car? Nobody does that anymore for some reason. It all has to be the fanciest quad cab giant truck. Anyway, not why we're here today. I'm going to line these up. And the way I have it is this line right here was underneath. So I drilled out these spot welds that I did, and then I pushed that out. And I need to push it out a little bit more and then weld it. And then bingo, this will be oakley dokley. And I bent it a little bit when I was pushing on it, but that's no big deal. And something else I noticed on a finished General, this part right here is painted black, but this paint is painted orange. Orange. Orange you special? Yes. You know something else interesting today? Since we're talking. How are you, by the way? Good to see you. Something else interesting that happened today? Going to the car show with my Nova that is basically in primer and kind of rough. There's no rust, but the engine's great, the interior's great, whatever. But the outside is, it's a hatchback, Yeah, I know. It is a real SS. I had bought it when I was 15 years old. Anyway, it's kind of rough. And I like it that way. It makes me feel like I'm 17 again, driving around in kind of a bouncy machine. That's why I didn't put an LS in it. I could have changed it to an automatic, whatever. It's a 4-speed Muncie with a Hurst shifter and a 383 stroker. Some of the earlier videos are on that, and obviously they're not that good of quality because I wasn't that good at it yet. But it's a good car. And here's the point of my whole story. People liked it kind of rough. So many people came up to me and told me, oh, la la la, I had this car when I was 5 years old, or whatever. Their stories. I couldn't believe it. I thought people were going to be like, yeah, that's all right, man. Could have painted it. Because mostly people come up, a lot of people come up and like, yeah, when are you going to paint that? But more than 10 came up to me and complimented me on how great it was. And I'm kind of like, okay. I mean, I think it's great. But you think it's great? Okay. It's great. Now back to this. So today, I'm going to push this out like that. And then I made a small incision right here. And I'll just weld that puppy back together. Same thing on the other side. And this one was way worse. This one barely fit at all. But I'll push that out, then I'll weld it, and then make sure it's all straight, and we'll be good. This trunk is about as straight as I can get it. A little high right there. A little bit big of a gap right here, but I fixed that, even though that looks kind of like crap right there. It'll look good once it's done. And I had some bulging right here of the metal, and I used a torch, and it's called the oil can effect, where you kind of push it, and it goes punk, and it sinks in. But if you heat it up and then pound it in the middle, it fixes it. Really cool. Check for some videos on that. Anyway, look how it's shut right here. This needs to line up right here, and there. And that one's really close, actually. And the other one's not bad. So, again, thank you for subscribing. Ding, ding. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell your grandma. You know, you never call your grandma. She sits by the phone because she doesn't have a cell phone. And she waits for you to call, and she always tells great stories about how great you are, but you never call her. Feel bad. All right, we're back. So I need to find some way to push it that way and hold it at the same time. Maybe I can put a screw in. How about that? There's my other driver thing. Get some screws, got the driver. Let's see. This can be off for a minute. I was looking on the fancy graveyard cars. Once they get it on, they kind of grind this down around it and grind it so it's completely flush, which exactly what I'm going to do. Sure you get that on flattish. Hey. These little things that were on the taillight panel are actually really valuable because they're a substitute for the little bump stops that'll be on there. They make it so you can tell if it's level or not while you're adjusting it. Alright. I need something that I can put in there and push. Oh, the pry bar thing. I got one of those somewhere. Ha! How about this? I want to dent it because I gotta fix that, but this has to be done. Make an angle on it. Maybe I can even do it down here. You haven't noticed? I kind of just figure things out. Doesn't always work, but most of the time it's pretty good. Look at that. looks actually pretty dang good, except now the gap's gigantic. Let's see. Is it 100 degrees where you are? It is here. Now for the test fit. Yeah, baby. That is perfecto. Let's see. Come on now. Let's be friends. Whoa! It's gotta be for me. Oh, yeah. Now, you know what's funny? I may have made the hole so big now the nuts won't stay on. That would be hilarious. Not surprising. And these are just these stupid push nuts. If you buy these, if you happen to be doing a charger, and you buy these from, they're $200, but you gotta have them, right? Unless you want to use the old broken ones. They send you these crappy nuts, and I thought I lost mine, and they did answer me. No, you didn't, stupid. Just look for them. I'm like, oh, sorry. And they were right. Put the little gasket on to make sure it's accurate. And I'll put some little push nuts on. I wish they were screw-on. I'm very tempted to thread them and make real studs out of them. Depends on how I feel they stay on.
Whoa, that was cool.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
You ever have a teenager and never put your tools back? That's always fun. Barely reach. Hey yo, hey. Oh. Difficult to get to. You gotta say, it looks like it's gonna stay. Beautimus. Alright, that was easy. Don't fall off. Like crap. So, it's like this should be flat, right? Or in, or the trunk lid should be out more. But I can adjust that this way more. That's that gap. So it seems like it's deeper over here. Try the other one on. Mopar makes these really hard to put on. These end caps and these, just they're ridiculous. Pull that out straight up. It's actually not bad either. That's hard. Well, ain't bad. I'm gonna have to push it outside to see if it bugs me out. Let's do this side too. So basically the main thing was if I pushed that lip out far enough, it made it work. And welding this little piece right here, you'll never see. As long as I don't screw it up, which can happen. Take a break and I go try and fix my knuckles. Because when I get frustrated, I start screwing it up. So, you know that time when you're like, man, I should take a break. I'm getting grouchy and I'm rushing and I'm gonna hurt myself. Well, that was about a half an hour ago. And I smashed my hand full on with a hammer. I'm sure it's gonna be swollen. I cut my finger. But the good news is, they're both on. Wow. Check it out. So all I gotta do now, hello wife.
And the good news is your wife is really good at first aid.
Yeah, first aid. All right, you going bye-bye in the car?
Yes, hopefully I can find you some textbooks. They were sold out yesterday.
All right, and now back to our show without that rude interruption. Quiet on the set, please. Love you. So the good news is, they're all straightened. Everything, look at that, perfect. Boom. Okay. Same thing with this side. Totally and completely flush. All I gotta do now is weld this up, form that a little better. And weld that little piece up right there. And weld that little piece up right there. This one wasn't so bad. That'll be really easy to fix. Just grind that down, tack, 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 no problem. This side, I kind of mangled, but I can knock that back into shape. But like I said a minute ago, you gotta know when to quit or when to take a break. If I don't take a break, I'm gonna hurt myself. I did hurt myself. I'm amazed my thumb still works. Hey. Thanks, Fonz. So, I'm gonna take a break. And then I'll get back to this. For you, it'll be a second. For me, it'll be probably maybe even tomorrow because I'm kind of worn out. Hey there. So, remember how I told you these valence corners are really difficult?
Whoa.
These are almost as bad.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just like one of those plane crashes on TV.
Finally got them mostly lined up. I actually cut this piece off underneath and pushed it out and then re-welded it. And then I realized, well, now it's still a little bit too tall right here. So, I'm gonna grind it down. I'm a little nervous because it's not that much. So you want them to be level right here. From the factory, they stick up at an angle right here, and I just, for all the work I put into this, I'm not gonna be satisfied with that. So all I gotta do is grind this down right here. I'm gonna ground it around here too a little bit, just to make sure it's even. And here's what gave me the idea. There's one, and there's two. Those are from Graveyard Cars, and I know Mark is meticulous, way more, and I'm pretty meticulous, but he's way more than I am. We're talking date-coded plug wires and, you know, these, et cetera, et cetera. I would never go that far. And then on this side, I did the same thing. I drilled out these spot welds, moved that over, cut it right here, re-welded it, and it's still, I need like a 1/4 inch. I think I'm gonna have to cut it again and push it again. I can't tell you how bad that sucks, but I can't have them on crooked. It'll ruin the whole rear end. Look at my beautiful bumper, by the way. Wow. Yeah, that's the old bumper. I might just leave it on though. I'll spend another couple $100 for another thing. These end caps, $200. This metal probably cost them a nickel to make. Anyway, I don't blame people for making money, that's fine. But man, I feel a little cheated. So watch me as I grind this off. Hopefully I don't destroy it because, you know, like I said, $200. I got the original ones right here, but the studs are broken off and they're old.
What'd he say?
So here we go.
I think he said.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'll regret this, but you know, said that before. Make sure it's exactly where I want it. I just need to do it to here, to the top part. I could get under there and cut that, but I think it would be, it's just maybe 1/8 of an inch, so I think it'll be fine. If not, I'm gonna really regret this. Okay. Check it out. There we go. Nice and level. Oh, there's a little spot right there. Just barely. Let's get that. So I'll go ahead and grind that teeny tiny little piece right there that you can't even see down. But there you go. It worked. Beautiful. I'm excited because I did not want to cut it down again. All right, so before this battery dies, let me show the end result. It was never this good from the factory. Never. See? It's level right here. It's not tweaked up. It's flush right here. Okay, this could go on, this could be pulled under a little bit. But again, level right here. Flush right here. Did that take me hours and hours and hours of work? Yeah. Was it worth it? Yeah. I've been working on this all day long, minus lunch, so we're talking 8-9 hours just to make these straight. It's worth it, because from the factory they were never this good. But now it is. It matches, it's level, even the deck lid is level. You won't see one from the factory where the deck lid is actually level and good gaps. I don't even want to take it off to paint it. It's so level and straight. Obviously I have to. And the bumper is obviously the old one. Although, kind of brings to the nostalgia. I got to work a little bit on these corners, and then the door's coming off. It's a good feeling. Maybe I'll stop while I'm ahead.
Thank you. Goodbye.